We have a little time to simply sit. Harriet insists on it. I am puffy-eyed and empty, but there is a warmth under my skin that had long been missing. My teacup swells with prophecy, my palms tell of generations before us, and my ears listen for the doorbell. We do not speak, but sit and think. How long is your brother here? A few weeks, I think. He's staying here? I nod. Conrad knows? I nod again. She nods to herself as though this is vital information. Death is creeping closer. She looks over to me. They're standing behind you in that corner. Harriet looks around, then turns back and smiles at me. Tell me you're okay? I shake my head to reassure her. Not really, the shadow makes the plant look human. My whole life I've pretended ghosts were dancing, pitted the gods against one another, which are really only impressions, expressions, variations, movements of what lies underneath the matter, the material. Harriet looks confused. I shake my head. Empty theatres where ghosts repeat the same performance. When she started forgetting things, she asked me if I would help her die. If it got too much, Harriet gives a gentle nod of recognition. Bells chime somewhere in the distance. An organ plays with no one to press the keys. Death is a great healer. No. I turn my head to see Harriet holding her hand to her mouth. She looks torn open and flames flare backwards as her red hair reaches through space. No, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. The carer said to me as we were leaving, your mother is at the threshold now. And she thought Matthew was Lucy, that I brought a dog to guide her off, put her on the boat, sail her off into the horizon. I saw my mother in her chair, in and out of consciousness, rehashing her old lessons. Ma, ma, that's right, the body must sigh. Ma, holding the student's belly and moving it like jelly on a plate. That's it, remember, tension is who we think we are, relaxation is who we really are. She has them release their jaw so that it flaps open and closed in the air as they shake their body with stiff arms held up in front of them. Ma. I look out of the window and there is frost around it. Christmas sneaks up around us, barely noticed. The doorbell rings. Harriet, would you like me to? I shake my head. What's the date? It's the 1st of December tomorrow. I smile. Freddie and Belle lumber through, Alice close behind. Lucy seems excited but too tired to shift her old body to greet Belle. The cat purrs and jumps at Freddie's leg, rubbing herself onto his trousers. She remembers me. She seems to. Belle wraps herself around my leg and I lift her up. She lands a giant, wet, slobbery kiss on my cheek. Thank you. Freddie bought me this. An advent calendar, that's lovely. The pictures are drawn by his friend. I raise my eyebrows towards Freddie. That's right, there's no chocolate or anything. Thank you, Freddie. Alice, this is Harriet. We've met, have you? Yes, we met at your birthday a few years back. Is that right? Oh. Hi, Freddie. I haven't met Alice, though. Hello, Alice. Hello. We fall into silence. You'll stay for dinner? Freddie and Alice exchange looks. Yes. They nod together. Yes. A moment later. Actually, we were wondering if it might be possible to stay the night. Oh, well, my brother is... No, that's fine, of course. Freddie removes his coat and sighs demonstratively. That's fantastic news. He steps towards the crates of records. Look at this. He still has all his old records. Blimey, some of these are from when we were kids. Some from university. Matthew was horrified that they're not in alphabetical order. Right, yes, your brother's here. I nod. I don't know if I've seen him since, well, Belle's first birthday, maybe? A moment. Wasn't this your band together? Oh, yes, we saw them live in Oxford. They were quite rude, though. They thought we ought to all be dancing like we were Americans, but we were almost young and very British. What's your favourite track? Oh, I don't remember. Well, our song, I suppose, was something waltz. Here we go. The doorbell rings. That will be Matthew. Matthew stands awkwardly in the living room doorway. Hi, everyone. Everyone, this is Matthew. Hi, mate. Belle watches Matthew curiously. You look like Mummy. Hello, Belle. How are you? Okay, yeah. Okay. Are you going to give me a hug? You see each other online, don't you? A few times. People always look different in real life. I have something for you. Matthew moves to the mantelpiece and hands over Good Night Moon. Belle grips it in her little hands, holds it to her chest. Thank you. You're very welcome. The fiddles kick in and we're back on the Cowley Road. My knees rattle, my heart pounds, and I am a princess and you are a frog. Oh, my little darling, you must have come from the sea, with all those little fishes. Everybody listens, pretty as can be. And oh, my little darling, you must have come from the ground, with all those little June bugs crawling all around. The fiddles again. Oh, the fiddles. I could have loved the lonely hills, to listen when they speak, to merge with sea, with sky, with soul all at once, like one that seeks. I wrote those words to you when I am in Florence. I write those words to you when I am in Florence. That gig twirls in my mind, and you are now living as a giant toad in my skeleton, spawning vast quantities of myth. I had you waiting in purgatory as some giant Glaucus waiting for confirmation of my love. I sob loudly. Everybody stops and watches. Belle looks shocked. Mummy? I shake my head. I am so sorry. I can turn it off. I expel all the air in my lungs. No. I like it. And when we are parted, put our body in the ground, so I can sail far away. Oh, my little darling, you won't be mine forever. Alice moves closer to Freddie, and they grip onto one another. Matthew almost does not, but strides to me and holds me. Belle moves into my legs and grips. Harriet remains the steeple, the ringing bell, the hairs of eternity. My mother stands at the lookout, murmuring my father's name, my grandpa's name, her grandpa's name, Matthew's name, and even your name, Conrad. The wind blows the citrus trees, and olive oil cooks the gristle of a charcoal chicken skin for dinner. Matthew is delighted. Freddie explains his process. Alice explains her connection to Cecilia, to Harriet, who remains a burning flame. I sit with Belle on my lap and read her Good Night Moon. The cat purrs by the radiator, inches away from Lucy, who snores so loudly that it might be thunder. My mother's face again, watching the bells ring. The lemons fall one by one, almost in slow motion. Many. They twirl and sink like snowdrops and melt into the ground, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000, many. Good night to the old lady, whispering hush. Matthew tastes the chicken skin and laughs. Freddie turns the record. Harriet touches Alice's arm with deep affection, and Belle looks up into my eyes with her oval face. Her deep eyes of basalt makes my stomach flip. It is both empty and full, as though there were no difference. You are on the shore looking out across the Atlantic Ocean. You hear my mother mutter the names a million years away. Woodcut giants sinking in the waves. You speak a prayer back to remember her by. Hello, my little darling. You won't be mine forever. You weren't made for me. You were made to be free.